right now.
Oh man, this gives me so much anxiety.
Playing along with Rookie. 5 minutes, the first one down. Oh, wow!
One seat! These nades. Hitman. Oh, Axe is picking up one, picking up two! Axis is on objective with tablet out. This is it! He's gonna cut, but he's pacifist, take it!
Next to the neighbors and holds here. He goes around. He's gonna get caught up by Zero. Now we got taken down there, creating a problem here that we found in the broken rest. Everyone's beginning to make their move onto objective here. Rogan finding Zero, making a rotation. Pretty brave one nonetheless. What is going on?
Wall looking for Viper. The trade might be coming through. RBT will go down. Lego finding 2 on the outside as well, but Viper not ready for that as Gucci picks up 2 coming up the stairs with their backs facing him, and the upstairs defense continues to rest coming from behind.
Could be taking out a runner. This could be a fatal mistake. Drake is coming from total direction. Raz doesn't seem to see Renner. But now he does, and the uplink's open. Now the ban has to face off the Drayden and Raz at the same time. But Drayden is taking down the ban, giving the 5 balls limit.
But back into the action, and the free fire paying off from Noman and Scooby-Doo, grabbing 2 from Armageddon early. The shots coming back, almost tagging Noman. Toold able to grab Loyalty, and the push is hard on the objective right now. Toold has to respond as one is inside the corner. Killinger's punching in the code, trying to put Captains up 2-0, and he does. The incredibly aggressive push in the center.
Try a little bit something different here and there. Yeah, absolutely. I think the same thing, but you know what? I think I think they're executing better because of it. I think they've been too tense throughout this whole game and not really playing like SMC. Now, of course, they'll correct me and say that I'm wrong because I'm sure to them they felt like everything was going their way, but right now everything is not. Global Kim still picking up the man advantage. Trip's going to be able to good things out there, but he runs right into Lionheart. Lionheart lays him out. Now Auto takes down Lane and Jordan, and Global Kim grab the next round very
looking for Viper. The trade might be coming through. RPT will go down. Lego finding 2 on the outside as well, but Viper not ready for that as Gucci picks up 2 coming up the stairs with their backs facing him, and the upstairs defense continues to.
Raz coming from behind. Could be taking out Renner G. This could be a fatal mistake. Drayden is coming from total direction. Raz doesn't seem to see Renner G. But now he does, and the uplink's open. Now the ban has to face off the Drayden and Raz at the same time. But Drayden is taking down the ban, giving the 5 balls limit.
But back into the action, and the free fire paying off from Noman and Scooby-Doo, grabbing 2 from Armageddon early. The shots coming back, almost tagging Noman. Toold able to grab Loyalty, and the push is hard on the objective right now. Toold has to respond as one is inside the corner. Killinger's punching in the code, trying to put Captains up 2-0, and he does. The incredibly aggressive push in the center.
try a little bit something different here and there. Yeah, absolutely. I think the same thing, but you know what? I think I think they're executing better because of it. I think they were too tense throughout this whole game and not really playing like SMC. Now, of course, they'll correct me and say that I'm wrong because I'm sure to them they felt like everything was going their way, but right now everything is not
finding zero, making a rotation. A pretty brave one nonetheless. And what is going
Wall looking for Viper. The trade might be coming through. RBT will go down. Lego finding 2 on the outside as well, but Viper not ready for that as Gucci picks up 2 coming up the stairs with their backs facing him. And the upstairs defense continues to...
Res coming from behind. Could be taking out Energy. This could be a fatal mistake. Drake is coming from total direction. Res doesn't seem to see Energy. But now he does. And the uplink's open. Now the ban has the face of the Drake and Res at the same time. But Drake is taking out the ban. Giving the 5 balls to the...
But back into the action, and the free fire paying off from Noman and Scooby-Doo, grabbing 2 from Armageddon early. The shots coming back, almost tagging Noman. Toold able to grab Loyalty, and the push is hard on the objective right now. Toold has to respond as one is inside the corner. Killinger's punching in the code, trying to put Captains up 2-0, and he does. The incredibly aggressive push in the center.
Try a little bit something different here and there. Yeah, absolutely. I think the same thing, but you know what? I think we're seeing, I think they're executing better because of it. They've been too tense throughout this whole game and not really playing like SMC. Now, of course, they'll correct me and say that I'm wrong because I'm sure to them they felt like everything was going their way. But right now, everything is not. Logan still picking up the man advantage. Trip going to be able to even things out there, but he runs right into Lionheart as Lionheart lays him out. Now, Auto takes down Landon Jordan, and Global can grab the next round very.
Oh man, this could be so much anxiety. Hitman. Oh, Axis picking up 1, picking up 2. Axis is on objective to count it out. This is it. He's gonna touch. He's pacifist. Take the...
He goes around. He's going to get caught up by zero. Now without taking down Burns, creating a problem for zero. Blue Fontaine to go for res. Everyone's going to make the lead on the objective here. Rogan finding zero, making a rotation. A pretty brave one nonetheless. What is good?
Wall looking for Viper. The trade might be coming through. RBT will go down. Lego finding 2 on the outside as well, but Viper not ready for that as Gucci picks up 2 coming up the stairs with their backs facing him. And the upstairs defense continues to...
Res coming from behind. Could be taking out Energy. This could be a fatal mistake. Drake is coming from direction. Res doesn't seem to see Energy. But now he does. And the uplink is open. Now the ban has the face off with Drake and Res at the same time. But Drake is taking down the ban, giving the 5 balls to
But back into the action, and the free fire paying off from Noman and Scooby-Doo, grabbing 2 from Armageddon early. The shots coming back, almost tagging Noman. Toold able to grab Loyalty, and the push is hard on the objective right now. Toold has to respond as one is inside the corner. Killinger's punching in the code, trying to put Captains up 2-0, and he does. The incredibly aggressive push in the center.
Try a little bit something different here and there. Yeah, absolutely. I think the same thing, but you know what? I think we're seeing, I think they're executing better because of it. I think they've been too tense throughout this whole game and not really playing like SMC. Now, of course, they'll correct me and say that I'm wrong because I'm sure to them they felt like everything was going their way. But right now, everything is not. Logan still picking up the man advantage. Trip going to be able to even things out there, but he runs right into Lionheart. Lionheart lays him out. Now, Auto takes down Landon Jordan, and Global can grab the next round very.
Oh man, this could be so much anxiety.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. That did not reset properly, but who cares? Yeah, there we go. Thought I hit that before. My name is TFH. I'm joined today by my co-caster Xandria, and today we have Sinister Pride versus Delta Squad. Xandria, how you doing?
I am doing great. How about yourself?
Pretty good. These two teams here, would you say we're in for a really good match tonight, or what?
Yeah, I always kind of considered Sinister Pride a bit of an aggressive team, but the last showing of them I saw with the Colettos, they seemed very reserved. So I think that's going to fare well for Delta Squad. As I recall, they're kind of a little bit of a reserved, not super aggressive kind of team. So yeah, I think that's what we're in for. Long matches. It should be a pretty long match. So
yeah, definitely get the popcorn going. Go to the bathroom before we start here. It's going to be a bit of a road trip here. But before we get to part here, Xandria, will you be a gentleman and take me through the bands, please?
absolutely. So the home team, Sinister Pride, are banning Tanker. They have not played Tanker yet this season, and Delta Squad having a 47% round win on Tanker. And Delta Squad, our away team, banning Quarantine with a 0% round win. I believe that was one map of it, 4 rounds. And Sinister Pride having a 42% round win.
Our first map is going to be Cargo. I mean, if Sinister Pride decided to be aggressive today, that could really go into their favor.
Yeah, absolutely. Cargo definitely lends itself to those aggressive, overwhelming plays.
Alright, we're just gonna let the teams know that they are good to go. And let them know that we are good to go. I'm having some issues. It's great when your phone rests against your keyboard and hits a certain key, and then everything gets messed up. But I fixed it. We're good to go here. Oh, that was freaking me out for a second. That's good. All right, yeah. I'm just gonna let the teams know that we are good to go whenever they are ready. We're still waiting on one member of Delta Squad, but right now the roster is for Delta Squad. We got T. Wilson, Kuds, Anonymous, and only Ike. And on Sinister Pride, we got Kanan, Ellis, Ostentageous, Flying Potatoes, and Festertate. These guys have been playing together as a team for a very, very long time. I think they've been around since, what?
Season 1.
Wow. That's some commitment there. These guys really haven't swapped around teams. They've just been playing together.
Yeah, Sinister Pride only has 5 ex-members in 8+ seasons, so good on them.
I mean, I have like one of the elusive ex-members on my team. But he only joined for like one game and then left. Delta Squad's a newer team as well, but they've been definitely getting some good skill fighting for them. Do you think
Yeah, it does look.
you think that the freshness will be able to overcome old goat like Sinister Pride?
You never know. Sometimes having a little bit of fresh blood in the mix can play to your favor.
Find out soon enough once Delta Squad can get their 5th in, and their 5th will be a rookie, but he was on my rookie team actually. It's Death Legion. At least the rookie team that was supposed to play. Unfortunately, Onward got hacked and the tournament got canceled. So, yay! Delta Squad is getting a bunch of good players on their team. We got Kuds, who's been playing comps for a little while now. Death Legion, who's been playing the game for over a year now, but really hasn't joined a team up until now. Getting hinted at starting the lobby here, but
Feels
misfiring
like they're
it.
playing with us a little bit.
Oh yeah. No, not appreciated. Not appreciated. Alrighty. Now a Delta squad off the spawn here on round 1.
Looks like they're using the shield there. I'd like to see what they're able to do with that.
Only Ike is has practiced the shield before. I don't know if he's. Delta squad's gonna play very far back here on spawn.
Yeah, it's probably a smart choice on their part. As I said, you know, Sinister Pride tends to be a little bit aggressive. Although they are playing a bit of a forward defense, they don't seem like they're rushing any.
Taking a look at the Sinister Pride defense, we got some interesting spots. They definitely aren't rushing at all. They're just kind of waiting for the enemy team to come to them. Probably the slowest way to play the smallest map in the game. I probably won't find anybody. Nope. Grinds to a halt. I think I could describe it any other way. Smoke's going out. One of them lands behind the map.
I'm just looking here at the exit of this tunnel, and they have 2 guns that just trained on it.
Thank you for reminding me to turn on the lasers. For some reason, they don't turn on automatically no more, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Only I will be using the side shield pistol laser combo. Oh, he's got backup. He's not even using that. Flying Potatoes is able to find an Automouse, giving Sinister Pride their first. Actually, there's 2 pickups. Sinister Pride. I missed one. Gotta be on that better next time. Only ITV is tanking really hard. Some fire goes off, but is unable to as it just lands a little bit too high. The Molotov on shield has been so effective lately. We've been seeing a lot more of it, haven't we?
Yeah. It definitely is a very an effective way to slow down a shield.
Calls for the grenades are coming in now as they try to... Don't have one. Is the response to that. Trying to get a nade into that tunnel there so they can take down the shield or whoever's behind it, but no one has one.
Yeah, this is definitely where a C4 could play very well. Unfortunately, I don't think anyone has one.
Yeah, personally as a shield person, I never take tunnel because everyone just assumes I'm going to take tunnel, but... Oh, that nade just lands a little too far, but hey, it's actually able to work. Only Ike goes down and he gets picked up. There is one member behind him, Kuds, who can pick up the shield. I'm not sure if he's confident on the shield enough that he wants to even touch the thing, but definitely will go to his favor if he's able to pick it up so Volk can't. He's going to. Oh, but he's not able to. He just gets a little too aggressive and only one member of Delta Squad remain.
Yeah, Death Legion here in the center. I don't believe he's really moved from that position the entire round so far.
Oh yes, and even though he's the newest member to Delta Squad, or at least one of them, they do a lot of cycling of the roster, so it's hard for me to keep track. But he's a newer member. He probably has some of the most experience on the team because he's been around in the game for a very long time.
Yeah, and with them being 5 versus 1 right now, I'd be surprised if we don't see a bit of rotation, just like we're seeing right now.
And when you're down and this far down, you gotta rotate really quick. But he's just not able to get across that halfway point as Sinister Pride take round 1 very decisively.
Yeah, that was a really tough defense to penetrate. It seems like they had just about every angle covered.
When you have a defense like that where you have every angle covered, having smoke and being able to get really aggressive and take everything by storm will work so much in your favor. But Delta Squad just don't feel comfortable playing that way.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
Hitting it right. Sinister Pride has elected, by the way, I don't think we mentioned this before, to just play Volk and play to whatever Delta Squad wants. Total power move.
A little bit.
Ooh, they did have a drop as well. Not good. Not good. You don't want to be playing your game if you're dropping all the time.
Yeah, that kind of changes the flow up a little bit too, because then that forces Delta Squad to pick 3 maps. I mean, I guess they could pick side on their pick, but
I mean, I guess Sinister Pride feels comfortable on all maps, and for a team that's been around as long as they have, it's justifiable.
yeah, right.
Also, I don't think that they're ones to really care about what map they play. They just want to play. Like, I remember when Turbine just came out, we had Sinister Pride the next week, and we played Turbine with them. Even though it wasn't an official league map, we still were able to play it in a league game, which was pretty fun.
Yeah, I guess as long as you agree, correct?
Yes, as long as you agree on these kinds of map. And Turbine will go back into that state until get fixed again. It's a shame because it is such a good map.
Yeah, it has a lot of varying elements to it, which is nice.
Yeah, it's a really cool map to play, especially with like the elevators kind of allowing for easy flanks and much more of an open book strategy-wise than other maps. So, but there's these little parts where hitboxes just don't line up, or colliders just aren't working. So it's getting taken out of the league, not because it's not a good map, but because it's just a little glitchy.
Yeah, needs to be polished a little bit.
Polished a little bit more, as all maps could, but Turbine Jungle, I want to say, more so.
You know, with this objective being capable from inside that little room, do you think we're going to see an attempt on that? You know, especially with Delta Squad being a little bit of an inexperienced team.
A really good question, and I don't really know the answer to that. Sinister Pride like to hold angles more than they are aggressive, typically. Sometimes they can use that aggression to their advantage. And just try to work with it. Oops. Messed up the score lines. Why is that? Mr. Pride choosing to go Volk is messing with me a little bit on my scoreboard.
And Kanan here in Spawns reading out that code multiple times, so I think he's definitely contemplating going for that cap.
There's a lot of animosity on Delta Squad to AP rounds, and I would actually beg to differ. AP rounds are really good for like the AS Val, where you already have that massive fire rate, and if you're good on that aim, ooh, a really good nade. Death Legion cracks me up. A really good nade onto Death Legion there, and amazing reaction that I cannot repeat. A confirmation nade.
Oh.
2 great nades. Oh, and a counter nade is not able to find flying potatoes, as he's able to find one member of Sinister Pride. I'm sorry, as Wilson's able to find one member of Sinister Pride. There is a shield. Fester is bringing the shield.
Yeah, using it very well too, just sort of giving themselves some cover there to call out where all the enemies are.
Yeah, that. And the callouts for the confirmations come out. Fester will not be equipped very well to fight on his own, though. He's only bringing a shield with a pistol, no laser sight, no nothing. So it's going to be extremely hard to aim unless he either tries to flick it, which exposes himself, or ooh, a C4.
Ooh, beautiful C4.
Amazing C4 get Delta Squad a point.
Yeah, and just
Very
as I
well
said last
done.
round about the C4, Delta Squad uses it very well.
Yeah, Sinister Pride could have definitely capitalized off of some C4 usage last round, but they were able to pull it away with the win anyways. But that amazing C4 is just so good. The issue with Sinister Pride and their shield use is that it's way too easy to single out the shield with how they were moving. Like, it was very open, on objective, and no one was really engaging it and forcing it to make rotations. Whereas if you do make rotations like that, you can't just place a C4, like throw it at you, because I'll be gone, you know, by the time
Right.
you get there. So if they play a little bit more aggressively with the shield and try to get more rotations in, even when you don't get kills, you gotta rotate with the shield, because you'll just be singled out by utility. Current scoreline is 1-1 on map 1. Both teams have 1-1.
Have 1-1.
And Sinister Pride all have 1 death. So a lot of 1s around here. There was one thing you want to see in this map. I'm sorry, I had to do it. If there's one thing you want to see here from Delta Squad on this offense, what would you want to see, Xandria? Pretty a fast one, didn't I?
I would love to see them just flat out aggressively push in.
I have to agree with you there. I think that they're playing a little too slow
Yeah.
to overwhelm Sinister Pride. To get past Sinister Pride, they do know where these angles are at.
Yeah.
They will capitalize on it. I think another thing that I noticed too is that there isn't a unified push engaging all enemies at once. It's kind of just one person kind of going in one at a time. Maybe with some steam strats like teaming up with a shield, but nothing crazy. Major free fire coming out. Ike is gonna go with the shield again. He doesn't usually play the shield, but he plays a shotgun combo on this map. But I guess they just don't have any shield people today. Let's look at his loadout here. He is, wow, he's not even using the laser sight either. Man, he's using the basic gun. He's probably carrying utility or something like that. But even then, loadouts allow you to carry at least like a flashlight or something just to help you aim if you have to.
Flying Potatoes getting a kill back in the Volk spawn area on this tiny little angle I didn't even know existed.
Oh yeah, there's some really good angles, and he might get another one here if Koods rotates just right for him, but he doesn't. Play slows down once again. The push is a little bit more unified this time. Kind of trying to check all angles. Koods is now aware of Potatoes' position. Now he's going to try to get really greedy, but Kanan thinks otherwise.
Yeah, that was a really great angle there.
Oh yeah, through the cargo container, really good shot from him. And the shield goes down. This is what I'm talking about. He was not armed to be able to attack with the shield. Ostentatious is gonna trade with Death Legion while he had the shield as well. There's a lot of mistakes being played with the shield right now that people aren't capitalizing on.
Yeah, Delta Squad really needs to rotate back and get that res.
They do. That will definitely help them out a lot more. It's like, see, where is this res at? Oh, it's right there, yeah. I just watched it. It's Death Legion.
I just saw Wilson look at his tablet. He should be aware of his downed teammate.
I think they're trying to confirm. Or they're just shooting for smoke. They're just shooting smoke. Wilson's not really on a good approach for the. He's covered on all angles if he goes through here.
Yeah.
Your best chance right now, or his best chance, I should say, is honestly, hey, go get the res. Both of y'all use your utility. And just try to push objective, try to go for code. or try to go for kills too. That's also a possibility. Not gonna lie, but Wilson's gonna get shot here while ignoring the res. Definitely not the right move to make that far up. The rotation back is definitely possible.
Yeah, I think he could have gone straight back through the center, opening there, and then swing around the back and get that res.
It's really hard to be a hero in this game, especially when you're playing slow. And just keep like, it's the thing that boggles me is like, why do y'all keep pronating when you're this far away from objective? The enemy isn't everywhere. They're gonna be closer to the objective because you have to go there. The slow play works pretty well in pub lobbies. It doesn't, but that's because when you're in a pub lobby, like, everyone's everywhere.
Right. Yeah, you really don't have to play slow that far out. You only really need to do that for the audio cues that you don't want to give away.
Yeah, and checking corners, but even then, it's not like, they're not going to be at every corner. And the shield play as well, I think. Oh, go ahead, though.
Yeah, I also kind of feel like checking corners slowly is a disadvantage as well. You kind of have to pop out around corners.
A lot of pro players will hold their gun up and then, you know, just quickly peek around the corner, bring their gun down, and kind of point where they think the enemy's going to be, and then peek back in. All of that is done standing up. They don't just kind of crouch prone their way. The only time you want to crouch prone is like when you're on Volk and you may be trying to like peek a corner because you have to hold that corner. You don't really have anywhere else to go, but you have more control over the situation because the enemy has to come to you.
Delta Squad reading out the code on Volk.
What is the code, Xandria?
I don't remember.
Wow, it doesn't matter. Wilson just immediately goes down while trying to make that cross. Oh man, Anonymous is going to try to do the same thing. Luckily, he gets lucky. Is now able to defend the objective much more effectively. Ostentacious finds Anonymous in the end, and now Blind Potatoes finds another one. Coods, there's only one member on objective right now, and that's Ike.
Yeah, this is the kind of aggression that I'm used to seeing from Sinister Pride.
Smoke comes out to cover a rotation here as he goes for the res, bringing Sinister back up to a 5. Death Legion is able to cover that.
But he needs to watch out. There's two coming up behind him. Oh, downing the shield. Nice.
Ooh, Festers gets down. Yeah, really good rotation, but now Ostentacious is able to get objective, but it doesn't matter anyway. Sinister Pride go up at yet another point. Definitely some good aggression there from Sinister Pride. Kind of 3-minute round, typically what we see on Cargo, but using that utility in order to kind of mask movement and create an advantage even under intense, heavy enemy fire.
Yeah, another thing I'm noticing is it feels like they changed it up quite a bit from their last Marsoc round.
Yeah, they did. Last Marsoc round obviously didn't go too well for Sinister. They lost that round, if I'm not mistaken. And they were playing it a lot slower, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's what it felt like to me.
But definitely using that aggression to pressure the enemy into making mistakes is working out pretty well for them.
Yeah, it often does on some of the, you know, lesser experienced teams or teams that just aren't used to dealing with that.
Throwing smokes onto objective. Oh, excuse me, very effective at getting yourself onto the objective as well.
I don't know about you, but smoke on objective still makes me stressed out.
Oh, it always does for me. Well, I like to run into the smoke and get the knife out. Just have a time of it, you know?
Yeah, just get a little stabby.
Stabby. I mean, if they're gonna feel confident, just walking up onto objective under smoke cover, then I'm going to feel confident penetrating them with a knife. That's how it works.
Yeah, I heard Delta Squad mention rushing, or maybe it was that they expected the other team to rush.
They're
'Cause
definitely
they
getting
certainly
like
aren't.
Death Legion is leading this charge now, playing much more aggressively. Still trying to mask movements, but now Sinister Pride once again have really good spots, and they've allowed them to take that.
Yeah, ostentatious here. Ostentaneous, sorry.
Yeah,
Pretty-
Oh, he wasn't able. Ostentatious wasn't able to land those shots tragically, giving away his position. But now, Foods and Only Ike, who once again is bringing the shield. Ooh, Austin finds Death Legion.
You know, another thing about Ostentaneous' location right here is he's in a great spot to hear a push down the tunnel if they make any noise at all.
Yeah, and the shield will be coming out through the tunnel there as well, so he will definitely be a factor in all of this. He has rotated and is freaking mouse out now, but what's going on here that's going wrong is that they're sending the shield guy into his own flank here, and that's just wrong. Anonymous knows exactly where Ostentatious is. And he did now Ostentatious knows there's a shield there. And he is priming and there we go. Shield goes down. He's on fire. That's why you gotta communicate with your team. You just sent the shield person into his own flank. He got Molotoved. The shield is only OP if you know how you're using it. What I want to say. It is extremely hard to use otherwise.
Shield at the end of tunnel.
And Cud's kind of noping out of that tunnel, unfortunately not effectively enough.
And he was too afraid to even play with the shield.
Yeah.
It was his best hope that he had.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with that shield, I think it's best to just leave it alone.
I always say it's good to put on your bag, but if not, just put it in front of you. It's cover. Cover's cover, man. Sinister Pride will go up 1 point on map 1. Or take the first map, I should say. Definitely showing Delta Squad on their map pick what they are all about.
Yeah, unfortunately for Delta Squad, Sinister Pride definitely seemed to take that 4 points relatively unimpeded.
Yeah, and the communication was definitely there for Sinister Pride. They were telling them like where the shield was. Ostentatious knew to prime his Molotov. There was much better team play coming out of Sinister Pride there. I think Delta Squad were more obsessed with trying to stay stealthy on the smallest map possible, and that's just not gonna work for them.
Yeah, and a lot of those things are only really going to come with experience. You kind of have to, as I was saying the other day, you kind of have to turn all the chaos into a symphony and be able to work through it.
Yeah. Being able to manipulate your foe, freaking out, such a huge tool in this. It's just that realistic. Our second map here is going to be Suburbia. I think Sinister Pride are also a really good team on Suburbia. Very interesting.
I'm kind of surprised we didn't see a cap last map.
It was definitely possible, but you know, both teams were very on objective and kind of not allowing that to happen. Our first objective will be the tank. And I think that Delta Squad have a chance to get an objective or get the win here. Shift the tides of war.
I think it's definitely a possibility. I think they're going to have a hard time of it. I mean, Sinister Pride's not going to roll over easy on this map.
No, they're not. I know Kanan likes to hide behind the door on Suburbia, and that's a spot that not too many people use. It definitely catches people out when they try to enter the house because he can just hear when they're in there and then ambush them from behind. They play this map a lot, and this is one of the old school maps. So
Yeah, I think just about everybody has played this map a good
lot,
bit.
It's
Yeah,
probably one of the most
it's one of the
popular maps.
favorites. 'Cause I know if I want to get a lobby going, I usually throw up Suburbia or Cargo. It seems to get it.
People like these smaller maps with smaller teams. You'll definitely get a lobby going if you got less people. It's better than playing 1v1 on Downfall.
Yeah.
I need accuracy, so I went with the AK.
It definitely looks like. Go ahead.
I know, a pretty substantial push coming out of Delta Squad, but not enough.
It seems like they kind of rush up to that midpoint and then stall out a little bit.
Kanan's opted not to use the door this time and is going to go for the concrete blocks. Probably pretty common in the meta now. Some smoke's coming out as well. One's gone down yet. 1 minute into the round. Slow play begins for Delta Squad. Definitely a more unified push this time. I'm impressed by that.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a nice straight line across the map as they're pushing forward.
Yeah. They're gonna run into the Sinister Pride defense soon, which is a bit more objective centered. 3 in front and 2 behind. Kanan could probably hear Wilson creeping
Yeah,
really
they're
slowly right now. Oh yeah, he does.
right on
He's
top of each
peeking.
other.
He's peeking. Oh, the tablet definitely confirms his suspicions, and
A smoke?
Wilson is not aware of it. Anonymous is able to find Ostentatious, though, giving Delta Squad the lead here. Fester's able to find Legion. What just happened there? Kanan. Wow. Oh no, it was Anonymous probably. I think Anonymous got him before. It was weird. It was like a trade, but he wasn't looking that way. I don't think Wilson was lagging. I think Anonymous got him.
So about 3.5 minutes remaining, and we're kind of an even match here, 3-3.
Yeah, 3v3 action going on here. House still has to be taken. More shots coming out here as Fester's able to find only Ike.
Taters, do you have other side
I don't know if he was bringing a shield that time. I didn't keep track, but
I was gonna say that should have told Anonymous that there's somebody upstairs, but unfortunately they weren't ready. Now it's all up to Cuz here, lane 4.
alright, lane 4 got called out. Hutz is able to get that kill.
That was a great pick for Cuz.
Yeah, especially with that machine gun he has there. It's not the most accurate thing in the world, but it definitely can lay down fire when you needed to. It is now into a 1v1.
This is going to be a little bit tough for Cuds. It's a little bit hard to get out past this center house and be able to turn back and get the pick.
Ooh, and a really nice pick coming out from Flying will shut down Delta Squad right when they would think you were the last guy up. I guess he could go for the cap, yeah. Felt like he was good for it. It's definitely an easier one, but it just wasn't the right situation to be in.
Yeah, unfortunately not. And no smoke on the objective either.
If you're gonna memorize the code, you gotta do it before you're out in the open. Gotta do it either on objective or like well before.
Yeah, nothing's worse than getting caught out in the open with the tablet in your hand.
Oh yeah. The tablet don't kill people. Tablet does not kill people at all. You could throw it at people and it might annoy them.
It's not even bulletproof.
Yeah, you know what? That sucks. I want a bulletproof tablet.
A little Kevlar.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like my Samsung's pretty bulletproof the amount of time I've dropped it.
Those cases, man.
Cases, yeah, they do a good job. Otterbox, definitely carrying my team. Still have the same objective here, but this time Sinister Pride get the luxury of trying to cap on Delta Squad.
Yeah, Delta Squad's definitely going to have to have a tight defense for this one. I just have this sneaky suspicion Sinister Pride's going to go for every cap they can.
Yeah, but we haven't seen too many attempts at a cap yet. We've seen them kind of go more for kills. They haven't gotten too crazy on rushing objectives, but we'll see if that holds up here on map 2.
Why can none of you take drum mix? Because no one likes the G3.
Okay, I'm sorry, Anonymous. I like the G3A3. I like it.
The G3 is great.
Yeah, the G3 is great.
Yeah, you just got to put a foregrip on it to control that bounce to it.
Yeah, if you put a foregrip on it, it will carry the team, man. It is one of the best guns in the game. I think we just misunderstood like the Val is. Everyone thinks that the Val sucks because it has such a limited mag capacity, but if you look at the stats, like the fire rate on that, you will confirm and you will confirm your kills after killing them all within one burst. Smack some AP on that and you're good, and it has no recoil, so it is such a great gun.
And it makes almost no noise.
Yes, it is suppressed, no recoil, and it's just a hose. It is one of the best guns in the game. You just have to be able to use it.
And as we say all that, C4 taking down Fester and Kanan taking down the person with the C4 and getting the revive.
Oh yeah, no, definitely a really good score coming out of Delta Squad here, but the revive did come out. And Nellis is able to find Death Legion. Delta Squad only have 3 members to defend. Ike goes down as well from Flying. But Wilson will get the refrag on that. Wilson goes down. The back of the tank is now exposed, but Wilson can call it out if need be.
Yeah, that revive is just not going to come out. It's all down to Anonymous in the center house gets taken down Ostentatious.
If they communicated that Anonymous was the last one up, they could have definitely gone for the cap there.
Yeah. Although I think without smoke, I mean, they would have had a hard time at it, although I'm sure they would have smoked it.
Yeah, the smoke would definitely made it a lot easier to get onto objective, but even just running up there, Anonymous would have to take so much time. If you're a good 3-second or 5-second capper, you can easily get that code in before he gets anywhere near to shooting you. Sinister Pride go up another point on map 2. And it's quickly looking like they're gonna run away with this.
Yeah, it definitely is shaping up that way. I just don't think Delta Squad. I don't know. They're gonna have a hard time coming back.
Well, next objective could shift into Delta Squad's fate. Maybe they like these north objectives better than the south ones, but
I don't know about you, but these feel harder to me.
they feel harder to defend. Attacking for Delta Squad right now is definitely not out of the question. There are some really tricky spots though. Oh my god. Potatoes cracking me up too from their spawn antics.
Always good to see spawn antics.
Oh, spawn antics are the best. Bit of a push coming out of Delta Squad, but nothing too crazy. Anan has completely missed Death Legion. It might just not be on his priority right now, but Bragg is not gonna go far enough. Anna's gonna be able to find Anonymous. The bushes, I believe.
I wonder.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I wonder if Death Legion is going to be ready for Kanan here, tucked up into these bushes.
Who is able to find? Oh yes, he will. Kanan's able to find Death Legion, and after finding a couple members of Sinister Pride, currently in a 3v3 situation, both teams. Now, Ostentatious and Crew are going to be kind of duking it out in the back half. He's gonna try to look for Kuds, who's making that cross across.
Crossing at 1.
Yeah, crossing the street without smoke cover,
Definitely risky.
although very risky. Although he is using the barriers there to very effectively. Unfortunately, he's kind of pinned there now.
Yeah, he's kind of held up by Ostentatious' position. Kanan's able to find Wilson. Now Kuds is going to try to rotate back. That call up might come out. And and a nice pick from Kuds through the fence. But it won't last for too long because Bester has the beat on him as well.
Yeah, that was a great cost by Kuds. Unfortunately, he was called out and they had a beat on him, and there was no real getting out of that one.
Yeah, no, he was kind of trapped. He definitely wasn't in a really optimal place. Pretty far away with no support from his team. Really was not a good day to be Kuds. Not that it was his own fault. Sinister Pride, their callouts are just on point today.
Yeah, definitely. They're communicating every little detail they can.
Those details are allowing for these amazing picks, even with zero visibility.
I mean, Delta Squad's on defense here. I feel like this is definitely a very defense-friendly objective. I'd really like to see Delta Squad get on the board here.
This one's also very capable as well, so Sinister Pride have every opportunity. They are on the board though from map 1. Just map 1 though. 1 on map 1. Objective 1. 1.
There's so many ones.
Delta Squad are now pinned against the wall here. They have to win this map if they want to stay in the game. Otherwise, Pride will run away with it.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what kind of defensive positions they take up to kind of slow down and hold back Sinister Pride.
Fester will be bringing the shield. No flashlight, so he won't be aiming. He'll be just strictly callouts.
Alright, he's in that spot. When he comes grenaded.
Alright, he calls for the grenade. Oh, and the nade will fall short as Death Legion will not be able to get through on that fort. Nellis is able to find Death Legion. I don't even know if he knows. Oh no! Kanan confirms his own teammate.
That's very unfortunate there.
Their call. Ooh, the C4 goes off a little prematurely.
No, I didn't get anybody. Did you get the guy for?
Wilson's looking to come out of the smoke here. He sees Austin. Wilson peeked a little bit further. He could have had the shield as well, but that's not happening. Will the shield peek over? Shield's completely pinned. Wilson's going to try to make a rotation. Luckily, the shield has friends.
Pass the objective on the right side.
It is kind of a messy situation at Sinister Pride's, and I hate seeing everybody kind of piled up behind a car like that.
Yeah,
One good
C4.
frag and
Oh yeah, one good frag could definitely get 1 point for Delta Squad right here, but
Oh, he's right here in the port.
their communications have been really good so far. Unable to get that res as he got. Oh, and a good pick from Kanan's actually gonna tie it back up.
Wait, hold on.
You do know where that last guy is at. He's at the red car, and I'm pretty sure they're very aware of that. Or one of the last guys, I should.
unfortunately setting off that other C4 to no avail.
Oh yeah, no. Way too premature. Way
Guy
too
right in front of
premature.
me, directly behind the bush. Objective
Okay, they've just found both.
in the red truck.
Listening to the callouts, they found both people.
You got him.
Kanan got Ike, who is on objective. Last guy now is rotating to be able to get on. Coots is gonna duck. If Fester plays his cards right, could have got on. Coots is able to find Kanan, but
He's still up?
Kud's being very injured now.
now he's ditching the shield. That's not what you want to do when you're out there.
Oh, and just as Kud says, "Oh, nice a shield," he drops it.
I liked your idea, but it didn't work.
No, it didn't, Coots. No, his idea did not work. You do not want to drop your shield when you are out in the open. That is some free cover you're just giving up on. A lot of people just don't feel comfortable playing, you know, like a very aggressive shield. They just use it for callouts.
Yeah, it definitely is hard to shoot around it in any kind of effective manner. It takes a lot of practice.
Just play a bunch of laser tag and you'll be good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just need to shoot
That's
laser.
all it is.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, that's all you have to do. That's Todd's secret. Yeah. No, in reality, though, it does take a lot of practice to kind of learn how your body moves in relation to what your headset sees you move. And then being able to translate that into being an effective shield keep. Not as easy as it sounds, and a lot of people are figuring that out as they try to learn the shield, but a lot of it also comes to the loadout you have. Having like a laser sight or a flashlight on the shield can help you aim in the day, or help you aim in general.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like that's definitely a necessity.
Yeah, and, we're seeing a lack of that here. People feel like that they have to shoot with guns, or even just holding onto your gun that doesn't have either of those, like an automatic rifle, anything like that. Poking it outside the shield, just blind fire. It usually works because the enemy is that close, anyways.
Yeah, in those kind of situations, anything's better than nothing.
Yeah. But definitely giving up on the shield, or like just kind of dropping it, is not going to work for you. You are not Bugs Bunny. You cannot hide behind a tree.
It'd be nice if you could, though.
That'd be kind of funny though. That would actually be kind of funny. Ike's gonna bring the shield this time around. I want to go check up on him, see what his loadout is. No, he's still bringing a vanilla gun.
A vanilla gun. I love that.
Vanilla shield. Grenade is legal. Has had a lot of juice on it, Nullist, and Nullist will find one, but he killed himself. 4v4 situation here. No res is allowed. Oh no, Kanan again. This team killing.
That's not good.
No, and now Deathleech is gonna get a free kill right here.
It's one down.
Better watch out though, because Kanan's coming up to get the revive. Unfortunately, it's not there anymore.
Yeah, it's not there anymore. No fault of his own, but it kind of is his fault.
Deathly just totally unaware.
Yeah, whoa! I was in the first person view. That body went flying. Oh, that's an experience. That was an experience.
And while that happened,
somebody clip that,
Delta
please.
Squad has breached a house with only one defender inside. Although Kanan's running back quickly.
Yeah, and there's some kills on the inside there, bring it down to a 1v1 effectively, unless the Coots isn't rezzing Ike. What is going on?
Well, I mean, Ike has to deal with Kanan here, so to just hop up and run is a little difficult.
Wow, he's getting... So, he's actually trying to fight with a raw pistol. This might not go his way because he has no way of telling where he's aiming.
Oh!
He's able to use the fact that the enemy just chose to walk right up on him. Rotation's got to come out here. Nade's going to come. Oh, and he messes up the nade. Yeah, he messes up the nade.
Can he go for the cap?
Going for the cap. He's capping.
He's going for it. And he gets it!
Nice!
He gets it with perfectly balanced shield.
A good shield, even though the loadout isn't great, but he was able to just use what he had.
And that ties up this match, 3-3.
Match is tied up. Delta Squad are still in it. The defense was just not on point for Sinister Pride here. They did not have enough people up top.
Yeah, and leaving Marsoc upstairs was the objective. I mean, I just don't understand that decision there.
No.
I mean, shield or no shield, you know?
Yeah, no, it wasn't the best decision making there. It'd be better to just go and die. to let them have the point than to leave someone up there to cap. Basically, he got played.
Yeah.
He got played.
And-
Go ahead. I cut you off.
It's all right. This is map point 3-3. Delta Squad on defense. I think Sinister Pride's gonna be aggressive on this one.
Oh yeah,
I really do. Because they're gonna be mad.
they're probably gonna be mad.
Yeah.
The fact that they let a cap get by that easily, not good.
Now, did Sinister Pride have 2 players up at that moment?
They had one up, I think.
Okay.
I wasn't really keeping track of that, to be perfectly honest. I know
Because
Twitch will know because they have the clips, but
yeah.
Twitch knows all. Scoreline is 3-3 right now. Bring you in for match point on round 6.
That's why it doesn't work. Oh, okay, it makes no. Man, I'm dumb.
It's weird seeing Wilson as tall as he is guiding people who are shorter than him. I feel like I'm watching like a really crappy rendition of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
And as this round plays out, I think I have to reevaluate my perception of Sinister Pride.
Yeah, stay in that building, but don't keep.
Yeah, no, they aren't playing as aggressively, or they're being really careful. They really do want to win it on map 2. They will be bringing the shield back out, but but can't see what his pistol is. Is it holstered? Wilson gets taken down by Potatoes with some 249 fire on the slide. Not a place you want to be, as now Nullist begins to work his way on in. Kind of slipping by the enemy lines here. Legion's just not watching. Needs to be watching right now. Who trained Legion? Whose rookie team was he on? Oh, that was mine. Well, rip me, but Nullist is making his way on in. God, he's just hanging out in front. Legion watching an angle so hard that he gets double teamed. And now Delta Squad are only up to the 3 members who are on objective right now. They really only effectively have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left if they use Molotovs on the stairway. Molotovs last for about 30 seconds here. Smokes are going to come out here. There's a lot of free fire goes down. Ostentatious did with like good. Spire comes out. Ostentatious goes down. Ike is able to get Nullist.
Oh! And Kanan just ran into that fire on the stairs.
He wasn't able to see the throw.
Taunt.
Play will stop for another 30 seconds here. Now the Shield's taking a lot of aggression here. Ostentatious trying to fight good. Now down to 2 members on Delta Squad with 3 on Sinister Pride. Shield goes down, but 1 goes down as well. Sinister Pride win the map.
Yeah, I mean, what was that? 3-4 members of Sinister Pride right down at the bottom of the stairs, just shooting up at every angle.
Yeah, no, it's hard to defend like that. Sinister Pride will take map 2 and the game.
And that puts them up, what, 8-4 thus far.
Yes. Definitely has been Delta Squad's best showing, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a...
Well, definitely getting that cap has It's definitely something that Delta Squad needed to stay in it. It just wasn't enough to hold out on defense. Having Death Legion watch a really particular angle when he was the only guy out there was definitely not the best call. Because he was just so exposed. Going into map 3 now, we're about to figure out what that is, and it'll be Downfall. Could be a map choice too late for Delta Squad. Could be what they just needed after all.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that being a good choice. I mean, you're having a bit of a hard time in the 2 smaller maps, so change it up to do something big.
Yeah, this could be a good way to catch up Sinister Pride. Unless it is Sinister Pride's choice. I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't know. No, they did choose Downfall this time.
Okay.
As they are on Marsa. First objective will be a helicopter bungalow. Definitely an interesting objective. Sheer amount of routes that you can take to get your booty on objective.
Yeah, and depending on, you know, where the enemy is, I've actually seen people just thrown up the hill and cap right out in the open.
While we wait for these teams to load up, I just want to let you know that that should have been a lot smaller. I'll wait for it later. But I completely forgot that it will show up a lot smaller on the mini window there. But it is sponsored by Protein VR and VR Cover. Mind now, the helicopter is able to be entered now that the fires have died down just a little bit. It's still on fire after like 2 years.
It just won't go out.
Everything at Onward has been on fire for like 2 years, and no one has even bothered putting any of it out.
But yeah, that spot in helicopter can be a great reconnaissance location.
Yeah, and also because it's pretty broken right now, as in a lot of places where there's actually a hitbox where you're just completely protected.
Now, fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, you can't shoot back out of it.
Well, yeah. Well, it depends on where you are in the helicopter, or in relation to the helicopter. But, yes, you cannot shoot out of it. Completely bulletproof. There's just a really weird hitbox.
Gonna do it. Gonna do it. Bet you $5 they got another 12.
Alright, so there's this betting of $5, and I hope that Anonymous has $5 because it's South Spawn. I think it was Coots actually at $5, but whatever. Anyway, I'm just trying to make sure these monetary transactions happen, okay? Very... yeah, it wasn't dumb.
It definitely looks like Sinister Pride, you know, push. And as I say that, Kanan taking shots, giving away their position.
Yeah. A lot. Low round as we've seen so far throughout the entirety of the day here today.
It's this 4 south, 1 north split from Sinister Pride, I think is gonna give Delta Squad a little bit of trouble. And as I say that, the 1 man in the north goes down.
Yeah, Ike's able to get a member of Sinister Pride with an SKS. Now Ike might be in a bit of trouble here as he tries to rotate around. He might be visible. You know where he's at.
Yeah, the roof here of Center Hotel can be a bit of a tricky location to shoot from, as you do have to put your head up and visible to shoot.
Drones coming out as well. Revealing the enemy's secrets. Below me, I can hear it. Let's follow that laser. It clearly knows.
And they landed the drone on top of the building right by objective.
That's a meme. That's a move. That must be
You know,
so annoying.
I was just gonna say that thing's so loud. Oh, they do get a shot on it.
Yeah, I landed a little too close to the edge and Sinister Pride are just playing with their food now. Definitely be a good way to get the enemy peeking a bit here. Just put it out in front.
Yeah.
Like right in this corner. And then they have to rotate around. You just wait for them to come out and shoot it, and boom.
That would be sneaky. Somebody's gonna do that now, you know it.
Somebody's gonna do it now that they heard it. I hope to do it someday.
Maybe I could pull that off.
Nobody
I doubt
remembers
it,
what
though.
Todd says in casts. What are you talking about? All they care about is looking for when people are like phasing their butts through walls and stuff like that, and then they start clipping.
Right.
Only a minute and 30 left here. Sinister Pride have still yet to make a push onto objective, and they are not close by any means whatsoever.
Yeah, they unfortunately definitely have a lot of ground to cover.
Ike's able to find Nullist. Kanan's able to find Anonymous from the chapel.
And that brings us into a 2v2.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm crashing.
All right. And the boop 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 is going off now.
Yeah, they definitely need to get a move on here if they have any hope.
One top of hotel.
All right, Ostentatious is calling him out. Patients are coming out here. Oh, he doesn't see Ike. Ike was there in his view for a second.
And Ike so far from objective. Oh,
I don't have
Tanius.
my 12. I don't have my...
Oh, Ostentanious is missing his tablet. He's
I don't
on
think he would've
objective
been
but can't cap.
We would not have been able to cap anyways.
Oh, it'd have been close. It'd have
I
been
think
close.
by the time he ran up there, it'd been like 2 seconds, and I always talk about 3-second cappers, but 2-second cappers, oh. I don't even know if you remember the code for 6 minutes. There definitely was a lot of dilly-daddling up at the top there, trying to find picks. Not enough aggression coming out of Sinister Pride, and Delta Squad got a freebie.
Yeah, I definitely feel like losing a round because you ran out of time. It's kind of debatable whether that's worse than getting capped on. I mean, aside from the point difference.
Yeah, I mean, I would take the time limit over cap. Honest.
Well, I
personally.
mean, obviously because of the points, but I don't know. It just feels like the worst way to lose a point.
It kind of is, like, yeah, like, you just let them get away with a freebie. You didn't even try. Or you didn't try to push. It's not hard enough. 30 seconds is just not enough time to really crash in on objective. I think Sinister Pride learned that a little bit the hard way.
Yeah, definitely am anxious to see how Delta Squad deals with their Marsoc round.
Yeah, it's you know how they play on the bulk round. They definitely like to look for those picks, kind of work their way up there. But we don't really get to see what happens at the end because, well, there really wasn't an end. It was just both teams forgot to check the tablets. Tips coming on the back. Right. How to adjust your super sampling
On the fly.
on the fly. I mean, it is one of those settings you can adjust. Nice pick from Fester right off the bat. Wilson will go down. He will not be able to enjoy round 2.
Yes, one down.
Wilson, or I think that was
We have a sniper
Ike.
fourth.
Oh, Wilson gets confirmed now by Ostentatious.
Yeah, I definitely like, if you look at the map, I really like this defense. It's like a perfect square around the objective with one man directly on top of it.
Yeah, no, definitely having when you try to attack one of them, another one will have sight on you as well, bring it to a 2v1. And it's been working pretty well for Sinister Pride. The only thing they have to worry about is Ike with his sniper rifle. But that can also be the greatest advantage if they force the time limit on him. Mouse still at spawn. Death Legion. But here, I'm just making mental notes. Ike's on the south. Okay, I thought he was up north.
Yeah, Delta Squad definitely moving slowly. I mean, we still have 4 minutes remaining, which is, for all intents and purposes, an eternity.
Yeah, and Ike is able to find the down on potatoes. Potatoes. Nice one as well through the door. Kanan's able to find Kuds, and Delta Squad are kind of slowly getting picked off here because of how slow they like to play it as well. Most is not in a great spot to be able to go for this res, but I can tell it's just what he's thinking about. A little bit of peppering here. Nick's gonna try to get himself another pick here. He's already used up half the map time and he still hasn't gone over the ridge yet. He has to rotate if he wants to be able to be effective as a sniper now on Marsoc, because everyone knows his position. He will rotate. Kanan's able to find Death Legion. Now we're into a 2v4.5.
Yeah, not the position you want to be in.
The res can come out, but the time is dwindling really quick because you only have 2 minutes of being down before you are completely gone.
And Ike's just running right up the center hotel.
Oh yeah. I think he doesn't want to do the same mistake that oh, he wants to confirm his kill.
Yeah, unfortunately he got called out before he was able to.
Yeah, so now his position is completely given away. Might be thinking about just holding it.
I mean, if Sinister Pride's not careful, they could draw their attention over there too much. Although I just don't see that happening.
Ike's not in a really good spot to be in. Very well get picked off here. He's able to find Fester. The wonders of owning a Pro 2 VR system. Product placement. His attention will get distracted. He's only got 1 minute and 20 seconds left.
I wonder if Anonymous and Kanan both know just how close they are to each other. I think Kanan is aware as he seems to be on the
Ike's able to find Austin. Looks like Nellis is going to try to go for that refrag. He's unable to. Anonymous will get Kanan, and so now we're into a 2v1 situation, but only 1 minute remaining. The clock is against them. Nellis is able to find Ike, and now we're into a 1v1. And Anonymous doesn't seem to be in any rush at all to get to the objective. Oh, he might be giving
only
a freebie.
53 seconds remaining.
Oh, no, he's got to check his tablet, man. He's using that 4 times as well. He is not going to be equipped for close-range combat.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult.
A lot of players just use hollow sights that are just really good at lining it up. It's a lot better than fitzing around with trying to align a 4 times and dealing with parallax.
Yeah, I think everything that you gain from a 4x it doesn't compare to, you know, having a hollow.
Yeah, having the 2x hollow I think would be a much better option for this kind of for attacking.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad they added that. I've been playing with that myself, and it's been working fairly well.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to have kind of that check, but Sinister Pride win off of time.
And they trade.
They trade at the end, yeah, but the trade is futile. They just ride. Also get a freebie point. And wasting 12 minutes of our collective lives.
This is not the way to play this map.
No.
Guys.
I mean, for Pete's sake, Plenus ran up to this objective and just capped underneath danglers. Like, you can do that.
Do the unexpected.
I've always been an advocate of the chaotic play.
You can never go wrong with chaos.
Oh, chaos
as long
is
as it's
great.
as long as it's got a little bit of control.
Oh yeah,
Just a little.
controlled chaos. Controlled chaos. Right. And being able to strategize under chaos is really a marvelous thing. It takes a lot of skill to be able to do, but oh man,
And maybe
those are
just a
fun to
touch of
watch.
art.
Yeah, some touch up, yeah. Ooh, and our next objective, as you can see on screen here,
Upper dumpster.
yes, very interesting one indeed.
Let's see how Delta Squad chooses to defend this.
To run onto objective here. Thinking this cross can be a little dangerous. We are very exposed to the north. And speaking of the north, that is the spawn.
Yeah, sometimes if you know that angle, you can catch people out early.
The none will cross. They're going to have all 5 members, 4 of them at least, be on objective. 2 of them are actually going to further split off. So we're going to have like 3 off, 2 on for defense. One, Ike will go down immediately. He was going to the wrong spot. Not the spot you want to go to. Goods will be able to find flying potatoes. Good long range shot as well.
I like that more forward defensive position that Kuds has taken up.
Yeah. Definitely a really good one. That bungalow could wreak havoc on teams, but now he's abandoning it. Trying to go for that rotation. He's going to try to just hold the angle and make sure no one can get the cross across.
Yeah, he could definitely wreak some havoc here if he doesn't get picked off.
Well, here's the thing that's going wrong for Delta Squad here, I'm noticing. They're holding these great angles, but they easily get distracted and just try to take on whatever is shooting. Wilson's able to fly potatoes again.
Yeah, a lot of times you have to kind of just trust your team to hold their angles and take care of whatever's there. And just worry about your angle. And just as you say that, Cuds is distracted and let 2 members move up around the area of Center Hotel.
Yeah, that definitely was not good. That was his job to watch that, and now they're getting very dangerously close to the objective. They've already lost the person who's supposed to be defending that side. Very weak, very squishy side of the Delta Squad defense.
Yeah, they've kind of left the entire western side of the objective open.
Only Anonymous can really have a good view onto that. Austin actually goes through the helicopter. He's going to try to do what's probably going to be the death of him. Try to move up through the middle, and I called that. Esther will get Wilson.
Yeah, nice pick through the window there.
Now Anonymous is on. Esther and Kuds will trade. Now we're into a 2v2 as the res is going to come out. Oh, and what's really bad about this is that the Marstock Tower guy is Death Legion isn't rotating. He has to be rotating right now.
Oh no.
If
Yeah,
Anonymous
you gotta get
goes
down off that hill.
Anonymous has to carry the team now that Death Legion is rotating. The rotation will come out now, but it might be too late. Luckily, Sinister has slowed it up, which is just not what they needed to do. If they wanted to have any chance, the rotation has now come. and their job has become a lot harder. For some reason, though, Anonymous thinks it is wiser to defend away from the object. Oh no.
I don't think you can cap from that side of the
You
wall.
cannot. This objective's too far away. But you can cap at the wall here, and so Anonymous has completely left it open. One is found. Kanan can cap here. Death Legion isn't exactly aware, but Kanan
needs
is...
to rotate back.
Oh, he's got to watch that window, if anything, but Kanan's running on. He's inside
Oh, and he
now.
doesn't rotate in time.
The cap is coming out. Death Legion is rotating around. Will the objective get typed in time? Legion's going to check inside there. Capping is... Oh, and he completely
Oh,
misses
he ran
it!
past him.
Sinister Pride get a cap.
Goes up 3-1. Yeah, that was... there's just so many compounding small mistakes that just added up to allowing that cap to occur.
Yeah, the rotation was bad. Kuds trying to move off of objective to defend when he had Kuds back. I'm sorry, not Kuds. Anonymous moving off of objective trying to defend the side that you cannot get capped from was not good. And Death Legion's response was a little slow there.
And Kuds was holding the angle that allowed those two to move up, clear back before Center Hotel, but he got distracted by gunfire.
Yeah, it just there was a bunch of very minor mistakes being made there. They were good. It was a good strategy in theory, but it just the distractions kind of came out and it let everything just kind of fall apart.
Yeah, and I'd like to apologize for Delta Squad for us giving you so much nightmare fuel tonight.
At least they have something to learn off of. They have good strategies. It's just they're not being executed properly. That's what's going on. There's definitely a little bit more practice in store for both teams here. Get into round 3. No. Round 4.
Yeah, I definitely always like this Marsoc Tower kind of spot up here. You can really see that eastern push.
Yeah, the push is just so open. Really doesn't allow for you to be able to find any cover if you do get caught out. Esther is able to find only Ike with that machine gun fire, and Kratos finds Kuds as well. Delta Squad are already down 2 members. Seems like he has a beat on a third.
One in the far east.
I think he's seeing stuff. Yeah, I think he's hallucinating.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah, it's depending on your headset, or you can easily get spooked. Looks like the res will come out.
Get me up. Thank you.
Very disappointed. I is like, get me up. Coming to you, man. Chill.
Sometimes, man, that adrenaline does weird things to you.
Yeah, it brings out a very interesting side of us all. Some handle it a lot better than others. I can tell you that from first-hand experience.
Left of the.
Sorry about all of that.
Ike's able to find himself one as well.
It is definitely not the place Delta Squad wants to be right now. Against 4 of Sinister Pride.
Yeah, a 2v4 situation is always a rough one, especially on match point. That is just.
Never mind.
Oh.
Although Sinister Pride seems to have a little bit of a spread defense.
The cap can come out here potentially. They are holding good angles though.
They are.
But that same west side is just extremely squishy right now.
I love that word to describe
Squishy.
that squishy.
Squishy? It's
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, it sounds
Squishy
like they're
defense.
already West Street. Can you see the west wall of dark room by objective, Austin?
Up the squad are opting to go all the way down there. Potatoes is able to find Ike. Now only one member remains to take on 4.
Yeah, that was a devastating pick for Delta Squad.
Yeah, up to their team captain now to see if they can at least recover a map here. And no, he will not! Tried to get too sneaky with it and it just won't work out for him. Definitely a pretty rough loss for Delta Squad there.
Yeah, definitely, unfortunately.
Especially when they were the ones who they actually asked us for the cast.
Oh, it'll give them stuff to go over and see from a third-person view. I mean, they have nothing but things to benefit from being casted, so...
Definitely will. That's going to wrap up our coverage for tonight. Scoreline today is 12-5. Probably take the veteran team by many years. Really just like 4, I think. Years. Seasons. But my name is Todd or TFH or however you want to go by it. My co-host today is Xandria. Do you have any final thoughts?
For Delta Squad, I would say you guys have good instincts. I think you just need to keep working as a team, get that coordination down, and, just sort of polish your play style a little bit. And don't be afraid to be aggressive.
Yeah, don't be afraid to be aggressive. There's also a lot of communications that need to be especially when you're playing a shield. Shield can be very delicate on how they play your defenders. So communicating where the defense is very important. So you don't accidentally send your members in playing. Get them get out the meet. We're gonna wrap it up there. I do not know what other matches are kind of casted here because it is Monday and matches literally were just generated. But until the next cast, we will bid you adieu and a good night.
Have a good night, everybody.